Okay, Kathy, I'm going to try to walk you through how to get into each of the components of that challenge. Okay, so let's say you're in your mail, and I have a lot of mail, so sorry, it gets a little crazy. But up here in the corner, you've got this little 3x3 9 squares. If you click on that, you're going to click on calendar. Okay, and I already have a calendar for you. And for some reason I can't figure out how to delete it, so we're going to pretend that that's not your calendar. And we're going to create a different calendar. So there's lots of different features in Google Calendar that you can kind of look at. You can look at just a day view. You can look at a week view. You can look at a whole month. You can look at just 5-day. And you can look at an agenda, which is kind of fun. And I'll show you an agenda here in just a minute. I'm not in anything. I've clicked out on all of my calendars. But if I was in all of my calendars that I have every single day, this is what my calendar would look like. It gets a little nuts because I have lots of people's calendars. Okay, now, so if you notice up here, there's a little button. See, this says 4 events. You can click on that, and these are, now I have the sub calendar, but this is where the all-day events go. These go by time down here. Everything up here is all day long. I have no idea why that's up there, but that's an all day long thing. Okay, so here's how you create your own calendar. So let's say you don't have, hello, click out of there. Let's say you don't have any calendar at all. I know I send you stuff, but that doesn't mean that you actually have a calendar. Already set up. Okay, so where it says right here, you can either say create. Okay, this is a quick add if you want to just add something. Or you can create an event, but you don't really have a calendar yet. So you need to go down here where it says My Calendar, and you need to create a calendar. My Calendar is like personal, Hanson personal. So we're going to say Heinz Public or something. Because you can have as many calendars as you want. So we're going to create that calendar. And if you notice, give it a minute. It's going to populate up here. Let's change it safe. So there's your Heinz Public. If you don't like green, you can click on this little triangle, down arrow, and change the color. Let's change it to purple because I like that color. Okay, so the second point, that was your creating a fun calendar. Create an event that hasn't happened. So let's say Wednesday. There's 2 ways you can do this event. You can hit create event, okay, which brings up this, and you can program it all in here. So like Kathy's Fun Party. And it's going to be on the 21st from 11:30 p.m. No, let's not do that. Let's do 8:30. No, let's go back up here. Let's do 9 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Okay, and you can save that. And there you go. There's your party. You can also do it another way. You can say, okay, we're going to have another party at 11, and you can click on the spot on the calendar where you want to put in your event. Kathy's party number 2. Okay, you can hit return if that's all you want, but the third step in this whole thing is that you need to invite me to your party. So see where it says add guests? You're going to type my name in, and you're going to hit add. And this little button shows me that I might be going as soon as I get, as soon as they send it. And it's being put under the Heinz Public. Now, if you had multiple calendars, you could change the calendar here, but because you're going to create your own, that's what you're going to put on it. Okay, you can also put let's do Atchison High School. And the cool part is this is actually, when you're on here, you can click on that and it'll show you a map. It's pretty sweet. You can add an attachment, like let's say you want to put an agenda. Okay, so let's say I could click on here, double click. I'm going to add, this is an agenda, but I'm going to add this anyways. So there, if I wanted you guys to, I could send this out to you. Let's say Kathy's, oops. Heinz, Chowder, let's say it's just the leadership team, right? Okay. I could send that to them and then say, here is our agenda for Wednesday, day's meeting. Okay. Now, the other thing that's cool is you could add a notification. Let's say sometimes you forget to go to your meetings, which I do. You would do this. You have 3 options. You could say, I want an email, a text message, or a pop-up. I actually do all 3 for some of my meetings. And you would say, okay, 10 minutes before, pop-up. So now you have a notification. You can do another notification. Let's say you want a text message 15 minutes before. Okay? And there you go. So now you have them. Let me delete all these because they don't want to get any of that stuff. Now the other option you could do too is, let's say you want to repeat this. Oops, sorry. You want to repeat this once a week on Wednesday. And on your calendar you would see it every single week. So you don't have, we're not going to do that, but you have the potential to do that. You can also repeat daily. You can repeat every weekday, Monday to Friday. You could repeat every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You could do it yearly. Okay, that's up to you. Those are lots of options you have. Okay, or you could say, I want this never to end. Or you could say, I want this to do after like 14 occurrences and then it'll end. Okay, but we're not going to worry about that. And then you hit save. So now, if you were using your own calendar, I would get an email that said, Kathy Heinz has invited you to her party. And then I would go in and hit going, and you would see when you click on this, okay, here I'll show you one on mine. When I have an assessment meeting, okay, if I click on this, do you see where it says hashed out these things? These people are not coming to my assessment meeting. Kelly and Ed said they are. These guys have said they haven't answered yet. Okay, I have another assessment meeting down here. Same goes for here. Angela, Charlie, Harry, Hillary. These are all the people that I said would go. Now none of them have crossed out here. So they also, I'm not sure who's planning on what meeting they're going to. So that's what you'll see. You'll see my name on here, either crossed out, yes, maybe. Those are the options you have to RSVP. Okay. Let me try to think of anything else. Some of the other things, if you want, okay, this settings button. Okay, this is where I think this might have been one of the questions. You can have, there's different options for how things look. Okay, that's cozy, that's compact. I don't really know what the deal is, but now here's your settings. Okay, and there's a lab that's kind of fun. These are things that they try out on you, and I try some of them. They're not too bad, but this I wouldn't play around with yet. I would get the hang of actually adding events and stuff like that. Okay. There's also calendars here. If you go into your settings, go calendar. You can change which ones you get notified. If you don't want to get notified or you don't want to see these in your lists, you can take them out. Okay. But then this just goes back to calendar right here. Okay. I think that's the basics. If you have any other questions, I wouldn't worry about it's the ones at the bottom, but do the bold face words. I will also go look at the quizzes and see what questions they ask. I can't remember. I made this 2 weeks ago, so hopefully that helps you.